Hi everybody and welcome back to some more MotoGP 15. This is Gonna Grow 14 here, and this is part number 24 of our series challenge to make it from Moto 3 up to the GP bikes. And in today's part we've got the Czech Republic, Brno. Now this is a very challenging circuit, and this is going to be a really close race. I don't think this is going to be an easy one to win. Let's hope we get some perfect weather for this really tough race, because I know Marquez and Rossi are going to push me to the max in this one. Let's get into the race. Here we go.
Hello from Brno. And as I talk to you now, the first qualifying session is getting underway. And at the end of this, we'll know the names of the two riders who will make it through to the second round of qualifying. It doesn't look like the weather will cause us any problems at all. The latest reports we've received indicate clear skies for the duration of the session.
Here we are on the first qualifying session, and so far qualifying hasn't gone to plan. Been really challenging. Spent a lot of time in the pits making alterations, but this is our last attempt to try and get a time to go into that second qualifying session. So we need to get fast enough for the top two to go through to the second qualifying, and we're just going to give it our best shot. But this lap seems to be good so far. We've had a good start. We need to be at 1:55.9 to go into the next session. So let's try and push this as much as we can and see if we can beat that time. Right, so we catch this towards the end of the qualifying, and we're still going really well. And look at us, 1 second, 0.7 faster. We've had an absolutely blinding lap. This should take us, if we can finish here with this time, we're going to go straight to the next session, way ahead of everybody else. I think the second session is going to be a lot quicker. That's still a victory really, because we are just miles ahead on that time. Right, so that should be enough. Let's double check. But I think that was miles quicker. Yes, it was. Nearly 1.5 seconds quicker than anyone in that first qualifying session. I don't know what I was doing at the start, because I was nowhere near that. But towards the end, the bike started feeling right. So going into this second session, I'm really confident I can get pole position. If I can put in a performance like that, I mean 1:54.3, that's going to be hard to beat. But let's see what we get in the second session. Here we go.
Welcome back everyone. The second qualifying session is about to start, and things are getting a bit more serious now, with a place on the front row up for grabs.
Right, so here we are going towards the end of qualifying. We haven't managed to get the sort of times we did in that first session, and the time set by Marc Marquez is 1:54.774. Now we know we beat that in that first session. We got 1:54.3. So if we can just put in a lap sort of around that speed, we know we can get pole position, but even second would be good. But we know that Marquez is quick out the blocks. We know Rossi is going to be good on the brakes on this circuit. This is a very challenging circuit with some really slow, tough, windy right-hand bends and some tricky left-hand ones as well. So we're going to have to be really good on the brakes and line up the corners and try and carry as much speed from as we can. But so far, I think I'm on for a good time here. We're trying to take as much speed through these corners as we can, get as close to the apex as we can, and get ourselves set up for the next corner, especially around this one, coming into this really slow left hand corner here that bends to the right. You've got to get it right. So we go in quite quickly, that's really tight, and then go at, that's another good corner. So at the moment we're nearly 0.4 of a second on faster than the time that Marquez put in. So this could be it. So we're coming towards the end of it, and we're absolutely flying. We've taken up to 0.7. Can we finish this here and get pole? Can we beat that time we put in the first qualifying session? Let's have a look at this. It's going to be close. Come on, can we show that we can really push this race to the limit? What did we get? So we got another 1:54.3, but it wasn't as quick as that first session. I think the first one was 1:54.310. So that was still quick, but we've got pole, and that's going to this race and really put a marker down. Here we go.
To Brno for the 11th round of the MotoGP World Championships. Stay with us for live coverage of the Czech Republic Grand Prix. The skies over the track are clear, and the latest weather reports are telling us that temperatures will be as expected for this time of year.
Right, so here we go in the Czech Republic around Brno. Can we get another victory? This isn't going to be easy. Marquez and Rossi are going to push me to the limit. They're right at the grid as well. And Marquez again flies out the trap like a bullet. We knew he would. And he is taking the lead in this Grand Prix. But can we get back back at him around this bend? Let's get right tight, right behind him. We don't want him to get away. Although we were getting the fastest times in qualifying, it's going to be really tough to pass on some of these really tough sections here. But even then, I felt a little bit of a square on the back wheel then. I don't know whether Rossi just nicked my back wheel then. But I've lost a bit of time, and Rossi's gone past me as well. And Dobby's gone up the inside. And Lorenzo, God dear, I've dropped down to 5th. That really wasn't a good section. Oh God, I almost lost the back end there. Oh, I'm really struggling up this early part of this first lap. And we've dropped down to 5th. That's not what we wanted in the Czech Republic. We really wanted to push at the front and stay behind Marquez, but he's pulling away and we're stuck behind 3 other riders. This is going to be such a challenge to get past these now. This is a really hard circuit to pass on with these really tough sections. I've really got to try and push. Oh, I've taken it wide. God dear. I'm not going to get past him on that section. I've got to just settle down and just try and stay with him if I can and not make any mistakes. But I've really had a tricky start to this GP today. Right, that's really getting to this corner. This is the corner I really struggled on in practice. You always get a bit of a back end slide here. If you don't get the brakes right, oh, it's pulling a bit, it's pulling. Oh God, that was close. Really challenging to get the brakes on there. You give it too much back brake there and you lose that back end, and this is tricky as well going up the hill. But we're sitting just behind Lorenzo. We're trying to stay with these 4, but Marquez is pulling away. If I don't get past these 3 in front of me soon, I am not going to win this race. It is absolutely flying. This is not what we wanted. Getting stuck behind these 3 is going to slow us down. We're going to have to really try and overtake him in this second lap and see if we can improve on our time. But at the moment we're really struggling and they're all pulling away. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare in the Czech Republic. This is not what we wanted, but we're going to just have to try and put in a better lap this second lap and really put a marker down. We can try and get a 1:54 lap time. That's the only way we're going to catch Marquez, because he is absolutely disappearing in the distance. Right, let's try and improve on the corners here. Try and get a bit tighter and try and gain a little bit more speed through these corners. And again here. Oh God, I'm still struggling. Getting a bit of a slide there. Not too bad. That wasn't as bad as the first lap. But still, it's not fast enough. They're still pulling away. And I think I'm about 0.4 of a second behind. That's really bad, considering how fast I was in qualifying. But that's a little bit better there. Can we get a bit tighter here and gain a bit of time on the 4 in front? God, we're still running wide. Why are we running wide? We had that corner to a T in qualifying. This has not been a good start to this GP. Can we have a really good end to this race? Can we just up the pace a little bit more? Can we take Lorenzo here? We're just going to try and get past him on this corner if we can. It's going to be challenging because this corner is really tough. We always get a bit of a backhand slide here. And again, oh bloody hell, how did I stay on then? Again, that backhand just slightly kicked out. It's really challenging to hold it there, but we managed to gain all 3 of them there. What a corner. That was an absolutely brilliant pass, how I managed to get past all 3 of them there, but I really didn't break through that last corner and I just went straight through the middle of them. That was absolutely brilliant, and that's what I needed to do. Now it's going to be down to the final lap if I can take Marquez to win this Grand Prix, but I don't think it's going to be easy. He is still quite a bit ahead of me here, and I don't want to push it too much and end my race by coming off. But we're going to try and stick with him, but he is still on that straight. Got so much more speed than the Aprilia. So I've just done a 1:54.8. That's not bad, not as quick as qualifying, but still quick. Sorry guys, I actually made a mistake there. That was actually Marquez's time. My time was 1:54.077. So we're actually faster than we were in qualifying. This is absolutely brilliant. That was a really fast second lap. Can we do even faster and maybe even break into the 1:53s and win this race? It is going to be so tough, but we're going to give it our best shot. We want to get another win in this MotoGP series and really put a marker in and try and gain in this championship. Oh God, almost lost the back end there, but I'm really determined. we are absolutely flying. We've gapped the other racers behind us. I think Rossi's behind me, but I think I've got almost a second on him. We are absolutely flying. The front two is between me and Marquez. Who is going to win the race around Brno? Is it going to be me, or is it going to be Marquez? But at the moment, Marquez is leading this Grand Prix, and he's not going to let me win it easily. And I've just got to think, where am I going to take him? And I need to get closer to even think of that. But I can't run too much speed through this next section. I don't want to lose it here. This is the section where I came off in practice quite a few times. I'm going to have to try and take it easy through here, not lose that back end. But you always get a slide. I've slowed down a bit. Let's take it easy. So, oh God, it's sliding out a bit, but not too bad. Right, let's try and get the drive. Can we take him in this corner? Right, I'm going to go right into this corner and try and get the brakes on. Can we take him here? Oh, it's really tight, and what a pass. But Marquez is going to try and get back into the next corner. Can we defend it? Oh, he's going to take us. Oh, it's so close, but we managed to just hold him off. Right, he's got a little bit more speed on the straight. He's going to try and get up the inside of us on this corner here. Can we defend it again? Let's try and get tight in. He's not close enough to pass. We're coming into the final finish straight here. Are we going to win this race round Brno and get another victory in this series? Oh my God, this is so close. Oh, look at that. Another victory. Again, we totally get Marquez off right at the end of the race. What a last lap that was. Those 2 laps were really fast, and I think that one was even quicker. I don't know where that came from. Let's have another look at the end of it and just look at the back end of the bike. It was sliding around that corner. It slid round this corner. I do not know how I managed to stay on, but that was an absolutely brilliant pass there. And look, another slide there, but we managed to defend Marquez. Look, we were literally touching going into that straight there. I really had to be careful not to knock Marquez off or get taken off myself, but going into that corner again, he tried to go up the inside, but just didn't carry enough speed. And I managed to defend and just get the line and get the perfect drive into this final corner to go to the finish straight and win the Grand Prix. Another victory and another 25 points. That's absolutely brilliant. Right, so let's double check on the points. So we're up to 125 points, 5 wins in a row. I cannot believe I've won 5 wins in a row. And if for any of you that did ask me what level this is actually on the hardest level. It's on simulation, which is the hardest level. So that's hardest AI. But what I'm going to do for the next series, I'm going to use a custom bike. I'm going to save all my credits, use a custom bike, and I'm going to turn everything on. We're going to have full damage on. We're going to have engine failures on. We're going to have full tyre wear. So that's going to make it a lot trickier, and hopefully the next series will be as exciting as this one. And I will see you very, very soon for the next part. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.